Hello, greetings. You may think I'm in a hurry and I want to, in a hurry to show you uh, against Islam some things. No, no. Could I be in a hurry? It's been 1400 years. Even the Sunni and the Shias have not resolved their conflict. Truth and falsehood remains in conflict. So this is about oath taking. Can Allah say? He can say this. He has said it. Will call you to account for the thought. Will not call you to account for that thoughtless utterances in your oaths, but He will call you to account for what you contracted of the oath. Like if you're with a friend, or what is this? What is the meaning of this? Thoughtless utterances you can make, but not binding on yourself. Not saying, I swear by Allah, by Allah. So, to tell you the truth, no, to speak out the truth, to share with you something about Imam Hussein's movie I was seeing on YouTube in Karachi. Because why does he say by God? It sounded so artificial, superficial. Because my teacher, Miss Disa, in Karachi American School, she would teach me, I swear, like, don't swear you are not lying to me. So it was like, I just need your word for it. So, a man of words, they say in English, there's a saying, I'm a man of my words. How could Allah, normal English men would not swear if you make an appointment 1 o'clock. Okay, you say that I will come. It's an appointment, so you're under an appointment. But if this Allah is going to say that meaningless utterances and oaths, you believers are allowed, whereas then for the disbelievers, okay, this is for the believers, then for the oaths that are by you, so it's expiation in contracts, business contracts. Yeah, what about relationship contracts, feeding of the poor? This only Muslims will be able, or moments are allowed. You see, then there's an expiation, and it explains what they are, like a financial feeding of 10 poor persons at an average, and what else is before that? Sorry, I cannot. Clothing them and freeing a slave. However, if someone cannot afford, he has to fast for 3 days. Very good, very good. This is expiation for the oaths that you have sworn. Oaths. Oaths are definitely, you have to swear, right? Well, it's good that God made it clear twice. It's in English, it's called like something in grammar. Anyways, I'm not sure what it's called. Take care of your oaths. That is how Allah makes His signs clear to you. Take care of your oaths. This is very, very good, right? Thus Allah makes evident to you His signs, so on, and keep your oaths. Okay, on one hand. Okay, you may say that I am being too hasty, or I have considered this long time ago about this religion, and the oath I learned from Miss Ex-Shia in Karachi American School. Yes, I will come at this time, and so we're just saying it's just by word. We're not taking oaths. I tell my friend I'm coming. I'll be coming to your place at 4 o'clock. Then there's a traffic problem, and I reach there at 5, let's say. That's not that I've taken an oath. It is just that I've given her my word, and I'm not under an oath, right? I did not swear, but the oaths that you make meaningless, that you meaninglessly make, or you forget, or maybe thoughtlessly. So that's an oath I made. God takes everything very seriously, right? Every word we say very seriously. So He's asking us, this is for human development, right? Human, social, contractual, financial, social justice, things like that. So I'll have to go through it from every facade, every way I can to explain this. That there seems to be some problem here. When we come to Surah Tahrim, when Allah tells the believers, since Prophet Muhammad made an oath pleasing his wife. No, yes. He banned himself from doing something by swearing, taking an oath. Yes or no? Please read Surah Tahrim. But here in another verse, lying oath. That's deceitfully if you say something, and do not take your oaths as means of deceit between you, lest a foot slip after it. Once it was once firm, and you would taste evil in this world for what people you diverted from the way of Allah, and you would have in the hereafter a great punishment. So this is do not make your oaths. This is told to us moments when I was a moment. So do not take an oath as a means of deceit. This is human development, right? And the Quran we're being taught how to take our words seriously that we give to others, right? And swearing also, oath taking and all this. Whether a word, I tell my friend I'm coming, but I'm deceitful and I make her wait and I don't even come there. Don't even go there, sorry. Don't even go there. So I'm just, I lied to her. I deceived her. That should not be so, right? So, verses about too much swearing and do not take your oaths as means of deceit. Looks good. Looks good for our human development, right? When you take Surah Ahzab verse, that when Rasulullah, and take the Shia account, very, very, very important here. The context in which Surah Ahzab was given 37 verse and 36. We are supposed to obey not only Allah but Rasulullah. So we need to know what Rasulullah also told us. And if that is not enough in the Quran, then we need to find who is Rasulullah. Muhammad, the revelation has come on Muhammad. There's a verse, we need to find who is Muhammad and what he says to obey him. For all times, as long as we believers are in Allah, and Muhammad and the Messenger of Allah. Muhammad, he has said once or 4 times in the Quran, I've heard. The Surah Muhammad and Surah Muhammad, or which surah he says? Sorry, I don't remember right now. That this revelation has been sent to you, O Muhammad, or something like that. However, okay, but if you look at the mostly now concentrated on how we need to obey Allah and the Messenger, and what they have decided, both of them, in our case, our affair, our life, we are supposed to accept that, take it. If we don't, we are disbelievers. And what does Surah Azab, let me see word by word again, Surah Azab verse 8, then I will see if I can reach Surah Tahrim verse. Surah Azab verse 36 and then 37. 36. So this oath taking that I'm talking about, right? In our Shia commentary, multilingual Quran, it's written that Rasulullah made the people a witness that now Zaid is my son, and so he's taken his Muhammad's last name. And that was a pagan practice. Then we are told in Surah Azab that no, okay, you made a mistake, unintentional mistake. Now the whole Rasulullah made a mistake. If some other Sahaba had made a mistake, we could understand. Right? Making people a witness. And that's why now he was scared of the people. Those people that he made a witness for, when he took Zaid as his son. Now we come to, do you get it? According to Shia account sources, Rasulullah, it is mentioned in the Shia account too, that Rasulullah made an oath, made people witness that he has now taken Zaid as his son and given him his last, and so he gave Zaid his last name, meaning Zaid bin Muhammad. And now he was treating Zaid like his own son. He was treating Zaid as his son. And so we are told in Surah Azab that, no, your adopted son. Allah is telling Muhammad or Rasulullah, I'm not talking to the Quranists right now. I'm taking these verses with and even if there's something that this man did, okay, and the Quranists could evade this very nicely. Now whatever the previous pagans have practiced, you can look at the other verses also. You can make out that this Rasulullah practiced pagan practices from the Quran too, I think. Okay. Oh, sorry. So now I'm here, verse 36. It is not open for a believing man or a believing woman, once Allah and His Messenger have decided a thing, that they should have a choice about that matter. And whoever disobeys Allah and His Messenger, he indeed gets off the track, falling into an open error. So the Quranists can headbang us on this, not knowing. Like we can have a rat race. Or we can have a maze, like going here, there, 1400 years, what's going on? Where do we solve the problem? This is a puzzle we can never solve, not even get some of the Quran ayats properly. It is not, okay, so I was going to continue next. Where's the next one? And remember when you hear it is verse 37, Surah Azab again. Remember when you, O Prophet, were saying to the one who was favored by Allah and favored by you, keep your wife to yourself and fear Allah. And you were concealing in your heart what Allah was going to reveal, and you were fearing people. Going back again. Who was fearing people? Prophet? Messenger of Allah? Who? Who? Please see this because, and you said to the one, Allah bestowed favor on him, and you bestowed favor on him. Who is the you? Keep to yourself, your wife, and fear Allah. Fear Allah. But you concealed. Who concealed? Within yourself what Allah was to disclose. And you fear. It says fear. I don't know. Okay? In some Arabic, it doesn't say clearly the word sexual intercourse about nikah and akad or nikah. Okay? But, okay, we'll fear the people. While Allah has more right that you fear Him, right? You should fear Him. Do you detect some... do you detect a double dealing, an unjust? Do you detect an injustice here? No? Now the Shias could not... in Surah Abasa they said, this is not the Prophet who frowned at a blind man. But here, I've got my Shias. Not the Quranists. Okay, the Quranists can get away. One day I will catch the Quranists too. So they don't make us go around the maze. Islam is right. Quran is enough. Quran is enough. So in other ways, I have explained that the Quranists are wrong. They can misguide us and leave us in the lurch and themselves, and they don't know that they've left themselves in the lurch. Then they come to us and they leave us in the lurch, and they don't know that they have misguided us and left us in the lurch by just the Quran only, Quranists. Right? At least accept that. Now, you are preaching here, right? This you who did a favor on him, and also Allah did a favor on him. This you is preaching because you concealed what Allah was to reveal. Moreover, you have not feared Allah as He is worthy to be feared. But you feared the people, that you who have told Zaid to the one Allah bestowed favor on him, and you bestowed favor on him, keep to yourself your wife and fear Allah. Really, it says fear. It says fear Allah. Fear Allah. He said. Now wait a minute. Allah did not say here, your wife, this guy, or whoever he is, fear Allah. But you concealed within yourself what Allah was to disclose. And you fear that, sorry, I can see this door. People, where's my, and you feared the people who feared you. While Allah is more worthy, has more right, that you should fear Him. So when ended, so I just wonder, when ended Zaid from her necessary formalities? We married her to you. You. Says, leave Zaid. It's not this you who is this you. So to make it easy, we have gone through the accounts of Sunni Hadith, let's say, and the Shia Hadith who explain who is this you here. Finished. We gave her into your marriage. We married her to you. Their adopted sons when they have ended from them. So we have to go to verse 5 of Surah Azab to know why these despicable pagans who used to practice this, even Rasulullah practiced this, adopting Zaid as his son. The same despicable, senseless practice, because no blood relationship. You can't even call someone your mother because God has said she's not your blood mother, biological mother. All this despicable, senseless things you say, you utter. There's no problem for the Prophet in doing what Allah has prescribed for him, a customary practice of Allah in the case of those who have gone before. And Allah's command is predetermined by destiny. By destiny. Predetermined? Yes. Those who convey so it must be really great command, better than all Allah's command, which is predetermined. This is the best command. Those who convey the messages of Allah and of awe of Him. So what I'm going back here, so verse 37, that which will you trust this person who is fearing people? Should you trust this? Forget this. Oh, okay. Quranists will say, forget this, O Prophet. They've added it. But through the sources, historical, Islamic, we understand. And what really happened here, Zaid performed that necessary formality. So we need to know the whole account. Shouldn't we know the whole history behind all this in detail? Quran is not enough. Can you see why Quran is not enough? And can you also see that the Prophet is telling this Zaid, but here we are not told as yet that he's telling Zaid. Here we are told in this part of the verse, Zaid, it's Zaid. It starts like this, that you made a favor, you favored and Allah favored. Keep your wife to yourself and fear Allah. And you were concealing in your heart. My God, you see, in not a stone unturned, like truth can be found under some, if it's under seven earths, they say, in the Quran says 7 earths, or 7 heavens and 7 earths. So even if the truth is in 7, how could this come out of Rasulullah's heart? And the trusted spirit has brought it, right? Do we need to look for a true Quran? This is the Sunni Quran, huh? Who in their right mind will tell? Let's suppose I tell you, wouldn't you say that, Sarah? As a friend, even if I tell my brothers and sisters, okay, I tell my friend, fear God and do not smoke, while I pick up my cigarette, you'll say, Zahra, can you explain to me? Because it seems like you are a hypocrite. You are preaching. No, because in childhood, someone... But what is excuse here? Okay, what excuse? This is a terrible, because yes, in childhood, yes. I was, so don't start it. But a child is not going to look for the reason. Child is going to see, you smoke, and I also want to smoke. So it's okay, when you grow up, we will, don't touch this, okay. I've made a mistake in my life. But I've made a mistake in my life, or I was pushed into it by some evil man, right? That would be my excuse. Or my reason, a valid reason, even if I... What valid reason has this prophet who is guiding, is guiding so many people has started? What excuse? Telling Zaid, fear Allah and keep your... Oh my God. Coming to the truth is bitter, isn't it? How could my Shia ulamas, such dignified, such sacrificing, true, honest. Do you see what I'm trying to tell you? We will come to the oath in Surah Tahrim later. Now my heart is... I'm kind of, don't have the strength to go on. I'll end here. Sorry, I'll continue later.